What is going on, everybody? How you doing today? Sorry about that. I had a little technical difficulty there. As soon as I opened Zoom, my entire computer reset and decided to do an update because that's how it works, right? Right when you're getting ready to do something, that happens. So I'm here now. I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to go, ready to answer your questions here in this final member call of July 2020. We are finally over the hump in 2020, guys. We are finally getting past all the madness. We got the end in sight now. The light at the end of the tunnel, not an oncoming train. Okay. All right. So let me know everybody who is here today. And most importantly, first of all, let me know if you can hear me and see me. Let me know if you can hear me and see me. If I'm crystal clear, let me know. Let me know. Yes and yes, Carrie says. All right. Hold on one second. I'm going to grab a notebook. We are all having a crazy, crazy 2020. We've got a ton of people logging into the room right now. The chat room is already on fire. Make sure that you click all panelists and attendees, or everyone before you use the chat. You want to make sure, some of you, I can see you saying hello, but nobody can see you but me. You got to click on all panelists and attendees, change over to that, and then everyone will be able to see it. Let's see who all is in here today. I see Sean. What's up, Sean? How you doing? Hey, Jill. How you doing? Paul Nicholasville. We've got Kathy Young in the house. What's going on, Kathy? Steve Newland. We were just talking about you in our member call this morning. Steve's going to be on the podcast very, very soon, talking about his awesome online business. Hannah and Carrie are in the house. I see Chrissy and Kyle. What's going on, guys? Hey, Eric. How you doing, buddy? Svetlana is here. What's up, Svetlana? Haven't seen you since Flip Your Life Live. That's amazing. Hopefully we all will be able to meet in person again soon. And the pandemic will be over so that we can actually have a Flip Your Life Live again. Let's see. We've got Terry. What's going on, Terry? How you doing, buddy? We got Megan in the house. Michelle's in the house. Good Lord, people keep coming into the chat room. It's packed. Sandy's in the house. Joanne's in the house. Brandon's in the house. Everybody's in the house. Jeff Slaughter, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you here, man. Monty's in the house. How you doing, Monty? Monty, you better be revving up, baby. The homeschool market's about to heat up. What's going on? Sean's in the house. Got Ahmed also. What's going on, buddy? Long time no see. Jeremy's in the house. Bob's in the house. We got a lot of people rolling up in the house. That's amazing. Cool. All right. So our team is in the chat room. Everybody's hanging out. Now, you may notice someone's missing today, and it's Jocelyn. Jocelyn is not going to be here today. She might pop into the chat room real quick. Of course, she's going to be hanging out in the Flip Your Life community forums, but we've had to make a bunch of changes like everyone in the world has in our life right now, guys, because everything is so messed up from this pandemic stuff. You know, our kids have been home from school since like March, and the people who used to help us with childcare are all elderly grandparents. And of course, we've had to make some changes into our schedule as well. We've had to make some changes into things we're doing as well. We've got other projects going on that are happening. So Jocelyn and I are trying to divide and conquer a little bit, just to make sure that we are getting every single thing done. So that means, what does that look like? That looks like I'm handling most of the live member calls and the live Q&As. Jocelyn is handling a lot of the forums with our amazing community manager, Carrie. We've split up podcast duties. You may have noticed a little change in the podcast this week. I am doing all of the interviews, batching them together. Jocelyn is doing all of the intros, and she's batching those together. We're really trying to find a new normal so that we can still be parents, so that we can still have a good marriage, so that we can still do all of those things. And that's made us have to kind of handle the workload here at Flip Lifestyle a little bit different. So some things are going to be changing a little bit, but it's just going to be even better. We're doing this so that we can serve you better. We don't want to try to do everything and be kind of good at a few things when we could be really, really good at a couple things. And so we are just rocking and rolling here as well. Okay. Always got some quick announcements. The first one I see is in the chat box. Robert says, can I just tell you that Membership Masters is amazing, in all caps, this month. You're outdoing yourself every single month. Love it. That is amazing. Carrie, please screenshot that. I'm putting you on Facebook in a commercial, Robert, because that's awesome. I really appreciate that, man. And that's an awesome testimonial, awesome quote for the power of Membership Masters. For those of you who don't know, Membership Masters is our paper newsletter. that we send out every month. It's all about membership marketing. There's nothing else like it anywhere on the internet. You know, it's not just about starting, building, and growing your membership. It's about marketing your membership. And it's a calendar that tells you what to do every single day of the month. And it just, if you are ever confused about how to market your membership, you can just default back and you're actually getting my marketing plan. These are the things that I do personally in the marketing for fliplifestyle.com, Membership Masters newsletter, USHistoryTeachers.com. It's the things we used to do on our football coaching side, on Elementary Librarian, and all those things that we've created. And you're getting actual funnel advice, actual traffic advice, actual retention advice. And it's stuff that we do. We drink our own Kool-Aid. Jocelyn and I, we make a fine batch of Kool-Aid, y'all, and I will chug it down because I love my Kool-Aid. And we actually share our Kool-Aid every single month in the Membership Masters newsletter. So maybe, Carrie, you could drop a link. You could put in membershipmasters.com. That'll take them to the main site, or you could drop membershipmasters.mickajabi.com. Wait, is that what it is? Maybe it's fliplifestyle.com. I don't remember what it is. But put the website there in the link. Everybody can check that out and look through it as well. Before we get started, I want to start collecting these Q&As. Whatever question that you have today, please click the Q&A button down in the bottom of your screen and ask your question right now. Don't wait. There's going to be probably 20, 30 questions get asked in that Q&A. We won't be able to get to every single question today. You want to be one of the first people to put your question in the Q&A box. Get it in there. I'm going to answer as many as I can until 4:30 and get as many questions answered as possible and recorded for you guys. But I need you to go ahead and post them in there right now. I see them coming in. Click the Q&A box. It could be on the bottom or the top of your screen, depending on what device you're using. But we want to ask all questions inside of the Q&A box. The chat is for discussing questions. So make sure your chat box is open. Make sure you've got all panelists and attendees clicked, and make sure that you've got all of that right there. If we mention any links or we mention any programs or products, we'll also drop those in the chat as well. There's links right now if you want to check out Membership Masters. You can go to membershipmasters.com, or you can drop in and sign up for next month. We give you your first month free, and you can see how awesome that product is. But we definitely want to get all your questions. I don't want to miss your questions, so please put those in now. Ask your online business question in the chat box. As soon as I get to 10 to 12, I will get started on that. Also, we want to celebrate your success. We want to know, what was your biggest win from last week in your online business? Now, this doesn't have to be, I quit my job, like you're going to hear Kathy Martin do on tomorrow's podcast. She's quitting her job on the air, baby. It's going to be amazing. And I had to hold off on airing it for a couple of weeks because she hadn't told her boss yet. So she's quitting her job. You're going to hear all about that tomorrow on the Flip Lifestyle podcast. Check that out for sure over there. But we want to make sure and celebrate your success too. Maybe you wrote an email last week. Maybe you collected your first 10 emails. Maybe you got to 100 members. We want to hear your success stories. All right. So go ahead, and in that Q&A box, you can also put success. And I want to hear your biggest win. Now, we don't have any lurkers in the Flip Your Life community. You got fingers and you've got keys on a keyboard, or you wouldn't have been able to log into this chat right now. So we want to hear your success story, not just your question. So go ahead right now. I want to see a bunch of success stories pouring into the Q&A box. Click Q&A, type success in all caps, and tell me your biggest win. What is going good for you in your online business journey right now? I want to hear it. I want to see them. I want to see a couple success stories pop it in right now. I want to brag on you a little bit here. And we want to celebrate those in the community. Your success stories are critical to inspiring other people to take action. And people need to see momentum. They need to see others doing this. It helps them. So you're going to inspire somebody today. You're going to help somebody today. Your big wins are going to be an absolutely amazing part of today's member call. And keep those questions coming as well. All right, let me write something down here. 1, 2. All right. Get my questions ready. My success is ready. All right, I see a bunch of them, but I got about 2. Give me 2 more questions and we'll get started right here. All right, so we got one more thing I want to put in the chat box. Carrie, could you drop the link for the waiting list for my mastermind? Drop the waiting list for my mastermind in. So for those of you who may be new to the Flip Your Life community, or maybe you've not taken that next level step, every quarter I do a small mastermind of about 10 people. We add those 10 people into a VIP group that we call the $1 Million Membership Mastermind. You don't have to have $1 million membership yet to do it. What I teach during this 8-week session, this workshop, is I teach you how to build $1 million membership sales funnel from scratch. This is for anybody that wants to build their membership from the beginning correctly. Maybe you've gotten, your first 50 to 100 members and you want to jump in here and you want to work directly with me one-on-one on how to get your funnel built correctly so that every time you get an email, you've got a great chance to get some money out of the backside of that. It's a mastermind with me and other very serious people who are trying to build $1 million memberships of their own, trying to change their family's future. I mean, we're trying to build 100 members, 200 members, 500 members, 1,000 members, right? But we've got someone in this mastermind right now who has 10,000 members in the community that they manage. So basically what we're doing here is in a couple weeks, I will start teaching these sessions. You'll work with me in a workshop setting. I will start teaching you the $1 million membership funnel. You will install that funnel. We'll meet again 2 weeks later, and I'll teach you step 2 of the funnel. So we break it up into 5 parts so that you can build this as we go. And after 8 weeks, you're going to have a funnel that's going to convert more sales. It's going to get more members, going to keep more members, going to upsell more members. And it's basically everything I have learned in this journey of our own, teaching people how to do memberships. We've got the great privilege of seeing thousands of memberships. And that's what this is. This is everything that I've ever learned, bam, into this workshop. And the cool part is if you join the workshop, you do get lifetime access to all of the content, all of the updated content, and all of the people in the VIP Facebook group for that mastermind. So Carrie's going to keep dropping that link. There's a waiting list open now. You can go fill that out right now while you're sitting here watching the Q&A and listening to some questions. And I will be opening that within the next week. There will only be 10 spots available. Do not do this unless you are dead serious. You got to show up. I do every session live. And I take questions from the people who are participating in this cohort of this mastermind. If you want to learn to do the $1 million membership funnel, you need to be in there. I think we got some people in the room who've done it before, and they can tell you this is an absolute game changer. People come out of this with hundreds and hundreds more members than they had before, and they've got their funnels just humming to where they're setting up on their upsells and everything else, and it really maximizes their profit. So check that out. And I would love to have you guys in there. Carrie, keep sharing that link maybe after every question so people can get registered for that. All right, let's get started today. Let's see what kind of questions we got, and then we're going to celebrate those successes. Make sure you're putting your questions and successes into the Q&A box so that I can get them. And Carrie, if you see somebody slip through and get in the chat, just throw them in there, and I will get them as well. All right, so let me get started here. All right, our first question on today's, I'm sorry. Let me see this, make sure I got it here. Is this a success story? Nope, there it is. All right, our next question is going to be from Nicole. Nicole writes, hi, I am a special education teacher from Ohio. I'm starting a brand new site called Special Ed Toolshed. That's a great name. Special Ed Toolshed. To give new or existing special ed teachers advice and tools to be successful and have less stress. My question is, how do you start from ground zero? I have no social media account, no blog posts, etc. I am working on slides that will become a part of my membership and have almost completed my lead magnet. When I do have any subscribers or people yet, where is the best place to start? All right, so the best place that you got to start, Nicole, is in the Flip Your Life Blueprint at the very top where it says start here. Just go in there and start at the top and start working your way down the list. And I'm going to take you through the exact process for you to do this, okay? We got to get a better idea of what you're going to do. We got to have a more solid idea. Like, this is what it looks like. This is exactly who I serve. This is what the product looks like. And all of that's done at the beginning. But I'm going to go through some basic steps, these phases that everybody has to go through to answer this question. There's a very chicken or egg argument in online business. Should I have an audience first or should I have a product first? We've done it both ways, and Jocelyn and I are big believers in having your product first. We believe that you should have work backwards through the thing, per se. Like, we don't want to start with a giant blog and start with a giant video YouTube channel and start with all these things and then figure out maybe who shows up and they might tell us what they want next. No, we want to create something that will draw in the right people, and then we can just ask them what they want because that's the person we want to serve. So you always want to think about your product first. So you're doing the right thing, working on these slides. What problem are you going to solve? What are you going to create? What is the solution that you offer? and who do you offer it to? You need to have those two things figured out before you start blogging and podcasting and YouTubing and doing all that stuff. Because if you try to create an audience first, we've watched people create audiences first of 100,000, 200,000 followers, and nobody would give them any money because they were just a bunch of random people. They were drawn in from a little bit of free content, but they were freebie seekers and content drivers, and they just really didn't want to give anyone any money. Right? And that's the point. We're in business. The point is I provide value. You give me money. Okay. So what you want to do is have your product. What problem does it solve? So you've got this special ed tool shed. So you could be like, you could do something like a resource for every day for special ed teachers, the special ed tool shed. You log in, it tells you the day, here's your tool for the day, right? Or people could look through it like a library, whatever you want to do. So you're solving this problem. You're giving special ed people need more tools and resources. You're going to give them that inside of your community. Then you work backwards from that. Well, how do I get people into this product that I created? Well, they'd have to have somewhere to buy this thing. Well, that's a sales funnel. The next thing you do is you go build a sales page and an options page and an order form. And now people could give you money and they could actually go into a product that you've already created. But wait a minute, who am I going to get to go in this? Well, I would need an email list. Well, I don't know who's going to join the email list, but the next thing I would need working backwards is a lead magnet. I need a lead magnet and an opt-in so they can find the lead magnet, opt in, get on my email list. I email them to sell them things. They go to the sales page I've already created, and then they go to the product. Okay. Now we start getting into, okay, but wait a minute. How are we going to get people to the lead magnet? Well, there's only two ways to do that. You roll up your sleeves or you open your wallet. How do you roll up your sleeves? You decide what kind of content you want to create that your people would consume, this avatar you've created, and you start doing that. Maybe it's a blog, maybe it's a podcast, maybe it's a YouTube channel. And then you buy some ads. That's how we open our wallet to funnel people to these blog posts and lead magnets. Okay. So the first thing you should do is build your product. You should get that done. You should take 1 month and build the product. Everybody should do that. Get your membership site ready. Then you should take a couple weeks and work on your sales funnel. We have training for all of this. Create your sales page, create your sales thing, create your order forms, and get people into your community. Then you should set up your lead magnet. What's the first lead magnet I need to create? Don't worry about creating 20 of them, create one. Then you start working on podcasts. Then you start working on content. And that's where we start getting consistent, prolific, and relentless, right? Consistent means I will release content every single week. Prolific means I will promote my product and my content every single day. And relentless means I will follow up with everyone that ever gets on my email list or shows any interest in what I do, even if I have to do it personally. I don't care if it doesn't scale. So that's what the entire process looks like. That's the exact thing that we teach you how to create, one baby step at a time inside of the Flip Your Life Blueprint. I always stress to people when they join the community, don't just sit and think because you join the community and you get to talk to a lot of cool people, you're going to have an online business. Go to the Flip Your Life Blueprint. It will tell you how to do it one step at a time, build it brick by brick. And a final note on this, one thing that's always been a hard challenge for people in the beginning is figuring out how to put all this together. And that's why we promote Kajabi, kajabi.com. Carrie, drop our link over in the chat box. If you look at Kajabi, Kajabi will do everything that I just taught you how to do. It will help. It hosts your product. It can build sales funnels. They call them pipelines. It has email marketing, so you can build a list and email. You can do lead magnets on there. And it can even build your front-facing website. So Kajabi is the tool that we have picked for everybody to streamline the process. If you use Kajabi and you go in there, it will work, right? And that's how you build all those things that we teach you how to build in the product. So you need a platform, you need to build your product, then your sales funnel, then your lead magnet, then your email list, and then your content in reverse order. Work backwards. I'm telling you, it'll make so much more sense when you're actually doing it, and it will work fine, okay? All right, cool. Great question. Awesome question from a beginner. Next up, I'm going to celebrate an awesome success story. Let me go down here and find one. All right. This next success story comes from Sean McCann. Sean says, I've sailed through phases 1, 2, and 3 and half of 4 inside of the Flip Your Life Blueprint. The new Kajabi flow is straight fire. Sean, you've been reading my mind. Seriously, if you have not transitioned to the new Kajabi FYL forums, you need to. Yeah, some of you may not have moved from the old community yet, you're missing out. The new community is killing it. People are in there and just crushing life. So head over to fliplifestyle.com/support if you're still in the old community, and Carrie will help you get moved over. Just reach out to her and tell her how you can move with your current rate. And if you've not checked it out yet, head over to fliplifestyle.com/free, and you can try the new community out. And if you're not using Kajabi, I'm telling you, you're missing out. I just put my team to work yesterday. We're moving all of our businesses there. By the end of this month, in the next 4 or 5 days, we will no longer be using anything front-facing except for our WordPress website over on Flip Lifestyle because it's too big to move right now. I just don't feel like doing it. But all of our products will be hosted in Kajabi, in our education company, in our online business coaching company, and it's going to be awesome. Like, I cannot wait. And Carrie cannot wait either. Right, Carrie? She can't wait to get over there too. So great, awesome question, awesome success story. Great way to kick off today's call. All right, guys, one thing we like to do while we're on the member call, and we got a big member call today. I did not expect this many people here at 3 p.m. So that's awesome. Glad we're trying to move these times around to give you guys chances to come. We don't want anybody to miss a member call. We want to give everybody an opportunity to get here. And glad to have you here today. Hannah, if you could drop a link to iTunes over in the chat box. We would love, while you're here, guys, if you could help us to spread the message, help us to grow the community. Look, every member we get helps us, but it also helps you because it expands our network of family-focused entrepreneurs, people trying to, hustle and build a better future for their family. And we are really trying to move up those rankings in iTunes so that we can get our message out there and we can help more people flip their lives. So click that link to iTunes as soon as it drops over in the chat box. And if you could go and leave us a 5-star review over on iTunes for the Flip Lifestyle Podcast. If we've ever provided you any value, if we've given you, support, if we've helped you take the next steps in your online business journey and you love the podcast and you want us to keep doing it every single week, please click on that. Give us a 5-star review. Leave us your thoughts. And heck, if you don't like it, leave us a 1-star review. But go leave us a review while we're here. If you've not done that yet, we really, really appreciate that. It really does help us to get our message out there and help more families. Okay. All right. Our next question is coming in from Jeff Slaughter. Jeff says, let me mark this here. Jeff Slaughter says, hey guys, Jeff over here. Over the next few weeks, I'm planning to launch my chocolate school for kids online, either through Teachable or Kajabi. I think we know the answer needs to be on that one. Launch a make your own chocolate kit series version for kids and adults. I would consider offering these as a membership community, but I'm struggling with how to keep the kit idea going when it gets hot. Shipping chocolate is very risky. Is it doable to offer a 6-month membership for the kit idea? Any ideas for how to make this work? Okay, so I think what's happening here, I think we've actually got 2 questions, Jeff, and I got my eyes poked over on the chat box if you want to keep me on pace here. So I think what I'm hearing is you've got this, you ship these kits where people can actually have the ingredients and stuff, I guess, to make the chocolate. Is that correct? And then, yes, okay. And there's also education in the membership area where they can actually watch the recipes and learn how to do these things and do stuff like that. Yes. Okay. All right. So 1, shipping chocolate is not very risky. You just haven't figured out the solution yet. You're going to have to get some liquid nitrogen or something, those little packets that keep things cold. I order meat on the internet. We get a box of meat. And if meat can be shipped on the internet, I'm pretty sure we can figure out how to not make chocolate melt, right? So there's got to be. Sandy says Jeff's chocolate workshops are amazing. If you haven't seen one, by the way, but we're also going to do something in the community where we're going to help it, where you guys can share and buy from each other a little bit more. That's coming soon. But make sure that you got to figure this out. Okay. Whenever me and Jocelyn encounter a problem in our business, the answer is never, this is difficult. Oh man. No, we've got to figure it out. It may be expensive, right? It may add cost. Well, guess what? You pass the cost to the consumer. Like, I promise you, the cost of me mailing Membership Masters is rolled in and passed on to the consumer, right? That's why even in our free offer for the physical product we mail, there's shipping costs. Like, I buy a lot of stuff to ship Membership Masters. Like right now, it comes in we have a commercial printer that we've rented. So we divide that by the number of customers, and that's passed to the consumer. right? Then we have all the paper, we have all the toner, we have 2 envelopes, we've got these really nice stickers, we got to hole punch it, we got to emboss it, we've got to put it in the second package, which is a hard mailer, and then the kids, we pay our kids $10 an hour just to come ship that thing. Well, at the end of the day, my job as the business owner is to say, this cost X. That's the bottom line price of what I'm shipping, period. Now, what do I want to make in profit over that? What is this worth? I can start adding on top of it. So it is not a cost for you. They want it. How much does it cost to ship it? You got to know your cost of doing business, and you've got to put that in the price. Okay? All right. So that is solvable. It will add more, but you're going to have to raise your prices. That's just the way it is. If something takes more money to ship, it's going to go up in price. You don't just have to eat that because you're a nice guy, and you are one of the nicest human beings I've ever met in real life, Jeff. So stop being nice. You can't be nice in business all the time. Sometimes you got to raise your prices. Okay? All right. And the second thing is, like, if there's a problem with keeping this as a membership moving forward, like, dude, just go add a new workshop every month of a holiday and cook some chocolate shaped like that holiday, right? Like, you can keep this stuff going, right, all the time forever. Like every Christmas, make a new piece of chocolate that's one year's Rudolph, next year's Santa Claus. Do a shamrock and make the chocolate green for St. Patrick's Day. Like, there's infinite content ideas. There's a reason to always be there. Like, hey guys, next month's Valentine's Day, we're making hearts, right? I'm going to send you the heart kit, and you know what's going to be cool? It won't melt. I guarantee it. I'm putting some stuff in there to make it not melt, and then charge on top of that. I would actually say it's not probably that much shipping as you think it is. Like, it might be $10, but whatever you're charging now, you just add the cost of the box to what you're charging per month, right? And you might want to also have a content only tier. So you could charge $50 a month or $100 a month for, or $79 a month or whatever. One gets the box. So one is, all right, it costs me $49 a month to join this community. I'm just making numbers up here, but the box cost me $20 to send. So this one's $69. That's how you do it. And now there's a content tier where you can serve them better. It has better retention. One gets the content only with a grocery list to go buy the things, and one gets a box with all the stuff in it. Okay. And here's another thing too. Don't get married to the idea of shipping the box. You could also kill it and just do the content only membership, right? But I think that it's really good to have that box if you could as a tier. You just have to absorb. Don't absorb the cost, Jeff. Don't absorb the cost. You pass that to the consumer. You're a master Swiss chocolatier, legit. You're passing on however many years you've been doing this knowledge to another generation. So you deserve every dime that you can charge for this membership. But don't eat the cost of the boxes, right? And if something comes up and it costs more, like for example, if that printer, all of a sudden they start charging me double, I'm raising prices as a membership master. I'm not eating that. You guys want the content? Here it comes. But you're getting 3,000 memberships that I've helped build in my brain on paper every month. That's the value. But if I need to raise it $5 because I want to cover my shipping costs, I'm going to do that. That's how business actually works. Okay. All right, cool. Great question. Let's grab a success story here. We've got, let's see, Chrissy and Kyle have a success story. Chrissy, last week, Chrissy and Kyle outlined their core content, and now they just have to build it out and get the videos done. Give Chrissy and Kyle a standing ovation over in the chat room. That is what I'm talking about. Hey, listen, taking those baby steps, right? Every step forward is closer to your goal. I got the outline I got my idea. I got my outline for my course. Now I just go record the videos. Whoa, I've got a product. Ooh, make an order form. Ooh, I've got an order form. Ooh, make a sales page. Quick, make some content. Find some people. Like, that's how it snowballs into a life-changing online business and membership site. That is amazing. Good job, guys. Awesome stuff. All right, before we get to our next question here, I want to remind everybody that I am opening my mastermind next week. This only happens once a quarter. It is an 8-week workshop called the $1 Million Membership Funnel. And I'm going to help you build your funnel from start to end over an 8-week period. We break it down into steps. We build one part of the funnel. We build it over 2 weeks. We come back. We review. You can ask me questions. This is the only way to work with me one-on-one in the Flip Your Life community. I've killed all of my other coaching programs as of now. We have actually been slowly rolling those off the books. But this is an awesome program, guys. I'm going to connect you with the highest level, most serious, most dedicated membership owners in the Flip Your Life community. We've got a special VIP Facebook group that is only for people who participate in this mastermind, and it only happens a few times a year. So we're going to drop a link to that right now. There it is under Carrie Kitchen. The waiting list for Shane's next $1 Million Mastermind session is open now. We will be going through applicants this week and giving people the opportunity to join in the $1 Million Membership Mastermind. We have seen some amazing, huge things happening there. That is for lifetime access to all of the content from your session of the $1 Million Membership Mastermind, and you lifetime access to the special VIP Facebook group that is only available to Mastermind participants. This is only the second time that we've ever offered this. So we've only done it twice this year, and it is going to be open very, very soon. So if you have not applied for that, you need to apply for that right now. There will only be 10 spots. I want this to be intimate. I want to work directly one-on-one with people who really want to invest and roll up their sleeves and get after it in their membership site. So check that out. Click that link, and you can apply while you're sitting here listening to today's Q&A. All right. Our next question comes from Casey. Casey says, hello. Hello, Casey. Heard you mentioned homeschooling. My wife and I are just starting out with the Flip Your Life community and looking to jump into the homeschooling realm, specifically elementary level. We have 3 young daughters, and our oldest starts kindergarten level next month. Any tips, suggestions as we start our journey? So, Casey, help me out here just to give me some clarification. I'm going to talk about this from both angles. But I want to know if you mean you're going to homeschool or you want to get into homeschool, like maybe teaching people how to do homeschool stuff as you kind of go through your journey. Okay. All right. So homeschool is very interesting right now. When we're recording this, it's July of 2020. And as we all know, the coronavirus pandemic has been a world-changing, life-altering event for everybody involved. I think we're both perfect. I think we're coming out on the other side. I think we're all starting to learn how to get a handle of this. I think we're all learning how to kind of filter out like what's the scary stuff and what's the real stuff. And we're all realizing like, hey, something's going on. We're going to have to adjust our life for a while. We're working on it. Everybody's confused, but we've all got to take this seriously. And governments are really taking this seriously to the point where many states are not doing school. Like they're literally going virtual school, and they can call it virtual school all they want, but it's the parents who are at home teaching the kids. It's homeschool. It's what it is. It's what it's all going to be, like 100%. And I personally am making a huge shift in our education company. We're building a homeschool site right now to where we can offer homeschool plans. My wife Jocelyn and I, we did homeschool for a year, and the year before last, I think it was like 2018 to 2019. And, you know, we learned a lot. It was really hard. It was really, really, really hard. Like, you've got to be disciplined. You've got to be able to lead your kids in a different way, because you got to put on your teacher hat and your parent hat. And hats off to all homeschool people, because it is tough. It is really, really hard to run a business, run your school at your home, and get your kids educated and all those things. And I think that what's happened from this pandemic, education's never going to be the same. There's going to be virtual school forever. Like, you're going to have the choice. It's going to happen. We can all see this coming, right? Even if 70% of kids go back to school in the fall, 30% are going home. And it's going to be the most kids that have ever been virtually schooled or homeschooled in the history of this country. It's going to happen, period. Okay. Now, how am I, as a business owner, going, ooh, great opportunity? Well, whenever I see an emerging market, I want a piece of the pie, right? So I right now have a homeschool site called ushistoryteachers.com. I sell lesson plans to schools. We're in hundreds of school districts around the country. We've taught tens of thousands of children over the past almost 10 years, United States history. That's what I was before I started my online journey. I was a social studies teacher. I taught U.S. history in public schools in a rural county school in Kentucky. And, you know, I know my stuff. I'm a trained historian. I have a master's degree in teaching. I was trained as a history teacher. That's what I wanted to be my whole life. And so I actually created I wrote a textbook. I wrote an entire textbook. My team came on and we started building more lesson plans, and we've created something like 6 million words of copy are inside of this product now. It's ridiculous how big it is. And what Jocelyn and I realized as we started our homeschool journey a couple years ago was that we really didn't know how to teach our kids some of the subjects. I mean, we can be as smart as we want. I'm not going to know everything about everything, right? And what we really recognized was the system that it would take. Like, what if I was a parent and I truly needed to let my kids sit in the computer, hit play, go through the process, and by the end of it, I'd get an email to know if they knew the subject matter or not. So we are in the process of creating that for our history curriculum. We're just converting it over into a homeschool site, and hopefully this will start a bigger homeschool platform that we want to create in the future. So if you are in the homeschool market right now, there's going to be millions of people coming into it over the next year or two. It could be a great opportunity if you do it right. I would definitely focus on virtual learning and how to make kids use technology, because that's what's going to happen. We're going to have some resources about getting tutors for your kids during the day to guide them through things. And there's a lot of resources out there. So I think there's a big opportunity in the homeschool market right now. If you're going into that, you need to have some kind of angle, because where the people go, the money goes, and where the money goes, the marketers go. So they're coming. You got a minute. I've given you your blue ocean for about 5 minutes, so go get it, right? But that's what we're doing in the homeschool market. We're all going to have to learn how to do some virtual schooling and homeschooling in the future. So it's going to be a really wild time, Wild West time in the homeschool world. All right, let's grab another success story. Today's success story comes from Brendan Hufford. Brendan was just on the podcast. We want to check out that. If we could drop an episode link to Brendan's podcast, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, that'd be awesome. Brendan says, for anyone who heard our recent interview on the Flipped Lifestyle podcast, I wanted to follow up that I launched my recurring membership and we're already at 4 figures a month. I've been trying to get Brendan Hufford to launch this membership for years. Look what happens when he does. He gets hundreds and hundreds of dollars in his pocket every single month. Give everybody a launch is a big deal, man. We celebrate Tesla or Elon Musk launching metal into space. Let's celebrate Brendan Hufford launching his membership and creating a new future for his family. Give me a standing ovation over in the chat room for Brendan. That is absolutely awesome, dude. Love you, brother. Appreciate you, man. I'm so grateful that you're in our community, and I'm really thankful for that. And I can't wait to see where that goes. Now that you're launched, you got a new goal. Now you got to get on the Membership Masters podcast, right? You got to get that thing. You got to get that thing rolling, man. You got to go get you 500 plus members so you can get over on Membership Masters. Make that happen. That's what you got to do, bro. It's amazing, man. Awesome stuff. All right, guys, real quick announcement. If you have not made it over to the new Flip Your Life community yet, if you're in here, hey, listen, the old community is going to be there for you. It's not going anywhere right now. It's going to be sitting there. But I'm telling you, it's such a better process. We've got the blueprint so much more organized. We've added new trainings, new courses. We've broken old trainings apart. We've thrown some away that are outdated. So the blueprint's really there to really guide you through the process of starting, building, and growing your own online business. The new community is amazing. The new forums work amazing on your phone. That's one of my favorite things about the new community. We just hired a company. They're importing all the old forum posts. All your old posts are coming over to the new community. They're going to be there right now. They're going to be there for you. In the new community. So everything's being moved over. But it's just such a better platform. It's so much more efficient. And we believe it's going to get you a lot better results for you and your membership site. So you can check that out over at fliplifestyle.com/free. Or if you're a current member and you want to keep your old rate, hit up Carrie over there at fliplifestyle.com/support. fliplifestyle.com/support. And you can actually just move over. We'll set it up for you. We'll help your payment plan stay the same. It's all going to be good. And you will be rocking and rolling in the new Flip Your Life community. When you use the new forums, you're going to look at me and go, Shane, why didn't you update this earlier? This is ridiculous. We could have been doing this a year ago. I'm like, yeah, we could have, but I wasn't ready. Leave me alone. Pandemic. We had a bad 2020. We all got to get pumped up around here. Let's go, man. There's a lot going on. Okay. I'm going as fast as I can, people. But, there's a lot of opportunity too in 2020, guys. This is actually the greatest time in online business I've ever seen. Like, all of my friends are killing it right now. We had a meeting with our accountant last week. We're up 32% in all businesses in the year. And everything is just rolling right now in the online world because everybody's at home. So it's the best time. Well, I take that back. The best time to start an online business and a membership and get it launched was about a year ago when I told you to do it then. But the next best time is right now because you can jump on to the wave and ride it. So get over in the new community. We'd love to have you over there. We're having a whole lot of fun over in the new community. And it's a much better experience that I know you're going to love. All right, our next question today comes from Matt. Matt says, hi, Shane. I'm thinking about starting my membership and adding an affiliate program to it. Very interesting. I'm thinking a 30% commission for non-members and 50% commission for members. Is an affiliate program a bad idea? And is it good or not good to give different tiers of commissions depending on if the person is a member or not? I don't see that you have an affiliate program. You don't see it, but it's coming. All right. But I don't see that you have an affiliate program for either of your memberships. Why is that? Wouldn't it grow faster? Okay, it probably would grow faster, but see, we're a glacier, not a prairie fire in this company. We want to we want to one snowflake at a time become an unstoppable, immovable force that lasts for eons. That's a glacier. A prairie fire would look really cool. I mean, I've got some contacts, or if I did some webinars, we could probably add hundreds of people into the communities or whatever we wanted to do. But you got to be careful doing that with a membership, because if you want to go do it. But you're going to change your culture too fast. You're going to not be able to manage the growth. You're not going to be able to really communicate with your people and get to know them over time and create systems underneath them. So it's not that easy to just turn the gas on the fire and, you get 20,000 members and you're good, right? That's not good for anybody. It's not good for the people you're serving, and it's definitely not good for you, because you're going to freak out. Your retention is going to drop and you're not going to know how to fix it. Okay. All right. So let's break this apart, and I'll tell you, but we are launching an affiliate program, and I'm going to tell you how we're going to do it, and maybe it'll answer these questions along the way. In August, all right, one of the cool things about Kajabi is it has an amazing affiliate program. You can set up an affiliate links very, very easily. You can have an affiliate program. You download a file, you pay them on PayPal, and it's over. So we've started looking at that. We're going to be opening that up. Here's how we are going to roll it out. We are actually going to allow you guys, our members, to be our ambassadors, right? We're going to have an ambassador program. And what we're going to do is you guys will get first access to this community. So as you tell people, man, have you heard this podcast? Guys, I'm in this community. You got to check this out. You're going to have links where you can go out and you can get people to join the community with you. You can bring in your friends and they can be in here with you. If you go out and we're going to be offering 40% commission on anyone in the ambassador program who does that, you're going to be able to go out and be able to get your friends in. I mean, if you go get 3 or 4 people to join, yours is basically free forever, right? So we wanted to let it be grassroots first. Here's why. We think that members are our best marketing. You're our best advertisement. I mean, you know how awesome this community is. You know how hard we work for you. You know how great the content is. And we want you guys to be rewarded by that. Like, if you're going to go tell people about our brand because you love it, we at least want to be able to pay you recurring commission every single month on that person that you brought into the community. Okay. All right. So that right there is how we're going to do it. We're going to roll that out with our people first. 1, to reward the people who are most loyal to us, our members. And 2, it protects your culture when you start that way, because when your members go out and get people, those people are probably like them, right? So they tell their friends, they're in that same network, and the culture kind of grows and it changes over time, but it's much more manageable. Now, after we launch our ambassador program, we will go out and we will get affiliates. Like, we will do affiliate launches. But don't just let any random person be an affiliate. You will burn your membership to the ground. I have watched business after business do this. And in many instances, I've watched businesses fail because they just open the floodgates and they let any random Yahoo be an affiliate that they wanted to, right? Like, I trust you guys. You're our members. You've been vetted. You're paying. Like, you're our people. We target you guys, and we found people that are, on board with the mission. And like, I get it. I get that. But like, affiliates, you need a relationship with, okay? Like, I would let my friends be an affiliate. Like, I would love to have maybe 12 good, solid, close relationships. And once a month, I do a affiliate webinar with them. They get to benefit by introducing me to their community. But I'm going to think about who those people are, who's their avatar. I don't want the wrong avatar in my audience. I don't care how big your audience is. If I go get a bunch of 18-year-olds, God bless you if you're 18 and you're in here. You're really killing it. You're ahead of the game. But like, if I get a bunch of random 18-year-olds because someone's audience is enormous, and I get a bunch of people using hashtags and things I don't understand because I'm 42, I don't want that. I don't want that in my community. No, this is my community. It's very peaceful to me. It's very happy. It's a happy place where everyone's happy and everyone works hard and everyone's friendly and everyone has the right fit. Like, you got to be careful with who you're going after as an affiliate. So if you wouldn't trust someone probably to watch your kids, I don't think you should be an affiliate for them. An ambassador is a little bit lighter touch because these are your customers, so there's a different kind of relationship. But if you're going after a bigger audience, you want to do that. And I would never let a random person sign up for my affiliates. There's a lot of bad people out there who are going to screw you. They're going to go in and SEO your webpage, and they're going to start outranking you for keywords just so they can get the affiliate commission instead of you. And who knows who they're targeting or who they're helping or who they're doing it. And you know, it's a disaster. We've got a new area in the Flip Your Life community too. It's called our Trusted Expert Session. And so we've got a couple courses in there right now. I think there's a course from Pat Flynn in there right now. I think we've got a course from my friend Monica Louie about Facebook ads in there right now. We're starting to kind of build that part of the community out where I'm bringing people in who I trust that to give you courses on things we don't teach. I have an amazing friend named Jessica LaRue, and she teaches affiliate marketing. And she's got a brand new course that she's getting ready to roll out. It's in beta right now. And we are going to have that in the Trusted Experts section. So there's going to be a whole course. This will be an additional cost to the community, but I'm just creating like a vet. I'm vetting all these courses to make sure, like, this is my friend. This course is good. This will teach you how to do this thing. If you guys need any courses like that, tell me what you're looking for, and I'll find someone that I trust to teach you how to do it. Okay. But she will be able to explain affiliate marketing much better than me, but that's how we're going to do it. Now, one more note on the commissions. I do think in general, you want to have one commission structure. Okay. 40% is a great thing to give people. It's very motivating. If you got a $100 a month membership and it's 40% and they can sell 100 of them, I mean, they're making good money off of that. However, it is good to keep that 50% commission in your back pocket to entice an influencer. Right? Like, you know, if you want someone to do a live webinar with you and they are a true influencer in your space, and like, it would be really beneficial for both of you to do that, then 50% commission in that relationships creates like more of a partnership. I mean, they've already got an audience. They don't need you. They want to help you. And you've got an audience and you don't need them, but you want to help them. Keep that 50% commission in your back pocket to have some kind of negotiating room. Because if you start at 50, you're going to go in and they're going to demand 60, right? So it keeps some wiggle room there. I think 40% is really fair, especially for a membership, because you're doing all of the servicing of the client. Like, right, they're presenting you as the offer, but this is an ongoing monthly recurring revenue stream. So you need to keep the majority of the money so that you can hire community managers and you can run ads and you can do those things. But that's how we're going to run our program, as an ambassador program and a very select affiliate program. Kajabi does this incredibly. You know, we can drop that Kajabi link again real quick if you want to try a 28-day free trial of Kajabi. You check one box and turn any product into an affiliate product. You can go make a link and give it to anybody. They can go sell your product. And it makes it really super simple to pay them too, because it creates a spreadsheet you upload into PayPal. So check that out. You want to check it out? Carrie, I think that redirect is not working correctly. Maybe type that into an incognito window and see what that's redirecting to, and drop that into the chat box. Okay. All right, great question there, Matt. Awesome question about that. Let me get another success story here. Our success story is from Sandy. Sandy says, I joined the Flip Lifestyle community, the Flip Your Life community, thanks to Jeff Slaughter for introducing me to it. So just joining the community was Sandy's success story. That is an amazing success story. You have committed to taking action. You have bet on yourself. You have been committed to investing your time and treasure into changing your family's future. And we are really glad to have you here. And I'll tell you what, if you're a friend of Jeff Sessions, I promise you're a friend of mine. So that's awesome. Or Jeff Slaughter. I'm sorry. I read your name. Jeff Slaughter. You're a friend of mine. All right. So let's go back here and let me change my lighting real quick. Oh, there you go. I'm not shining as much now either, am I? I had to smooth that out a little bit. Is my video on the, there's a video setting in Zoom that makes you look prettier. Let's see. Touch up my appearance. Yes, it's on. Okay, good. All right, just making sure Zoom's taking 4 years off of my face here. All right, so let me see what our next question is. All right, guys. I'm also I've got a lot of questions in here. If you've not asked your question yet, go ahead and hit the Q&A button, and you can ask me anything you want right now about online business. It can be about family. It can be about the quarantine. It can be about anything, right? But we got a live Q&A here. Ask us anything. And I've got a few more questions here, but I just want to make sure I get plenty of questions for us done today. So check that out. Go ahead and hit that Q&A button. Put your question in. And if you have not also added a success story, we would love to hear your success stories today as well. All right. Sean says, Question. I'm working on narrowing down my avatar. I posted in the Flip Your Life forums. If you're not over there yet, get over there. Shameless plug. I'm wondering if I'm narrow enough. My target statement is I help entrepreneurs and small business owners get unstuck so that they can solve more problems and make more money. Okay. It's more complex than that because I'm actually teaching them how to rethink about creativity, but their pain point is getting unstuck. Okay. Unstuck doing what? Like, I mean, we all feel unstuck. Like, I think the "so that" is correct there, Sean. So what Sean created here is a story brand "so that" statement. If you've not read that book, Story Brand by Donald Miller, great book, awesome book. It is one of the few books that gets to sit on that table. All the other ones go over there in the closet. But that's the Story Brand sits right there. Those are the most important books I read that I've ever read in my journey. I like to look at them to remind me every day that I put time into reading them, and I need to take advantage of the sum of the knowledge in those books. Every time I walk in my office, it's the first thing I see is an open Bible and the most important books I've ever read in my journey. I have no excuse. Everything I need is right there to give my family a good life. That's what I got to do. All right. And but this is a "so that" statement from that book. And it's basically like, what do you do so that your people can get a result? Everybody needs a "so that" statement so you can actually understand what you're doing. So what you're helping small business owners get unstuck, but I think you're going to have to figure out unstuck doing what. There's a lot of places you could get stuck. Are they stuck in work-life balance? Are they stuck in their finances? Are they stuck in understanding cost of doing business? Are they stuck with payroll? Are they stuck with what are they unstuck? Right? I mean, this seems personal development more than, there seems to be some personal development thing here going on. I just think you have to like narrow, but I think even the personal development guys would narrow it down. Like, think about Brendan Burchard. He's about as wide and open as you could get. He's a really important influencer for personal development, but like his thing is he helps people create new habits. So I'm almost thinking like, maybe you don't need to say you help them get unstuck. Maybe you say you help them, rethink. I help entrepreneurs and small business owners rethink, something so that they can solve more problems, or rethink their creativity so that they can solve more problems. Because at least then I would be like, hey, if I could be more creative, I think I could come up with better solutions. Right? Like, that's a thing. Like right now, when you get plateaued or you get stuck, it's almost like writer's block. Like, your creativity's dead and you just can't figure out how to work your way out of the box. Right? And maybe you wrote down exactly what you need to do. Like, you help people rethink their creativity, right? So that they can get unstuck, solve their problems, and make more money, right? And I'm not even sure. I mean, you're trying to make this like sentence too long. Like, do you help me solve problems and make more money? Like, or just solve problems so that I can make more money? Or maybe it's maybe you help entrepreneurs rethink their creativity to solve more problems so they can make more money. Like, there's something there in the words you've already written. You're close, but I think you've got to tell me what you do, right? Like, getting unstuck is too broad. It's just too broad. Get unstuck doing what? Like, I'm gonna glance over that in a Facebook ad. But if my creativity is dead and I'm like, man, if I could just figure out a way to be more creative, I get my creativity back. Like, I was really creative in the beginning, but now I'm stuck and I don't know what to do. Maybe, this guy helps me be more creative. That sounds interesting. Let's go down that rabbit hole, right? Then you can start focusing on those as well. But I think you're too broad. Like, what you're basically saying here is, I help you have no problems and make more money. Oh, you don't. It's like our pitch is our big pitch is flipped lifestyle. Like, we want to help you have total control of your time. We want to have you create your own income so that you can choose how you spend your days on this earth with your family. Like, that's really what we do. That's what we're trying to get everybody to. But that's not what we do. We help you start an online business based on memberships so that you can create an income and change your family's future. Like, so I'm telling you exactly how we're going to do this up front, right? Like, if you don't like that, you know what I mean? Like, go do something else. But like, this is how we're going to do it. And I think you've got to figure out how to tell people what you're going to do. All right. And I threw a GIT in there, GIT, for all y'all keeping score on the, Southern redneck bingo card tonight. All right. Great question, Sean. Awesome stuff. Let me hit answer there. And then I want to celebrate another awesome success story. Our next success story comes from Robert. Robert says, I made about $3,000 in sales last month on eBay to be able to pour it into investing in my membership site, especially in ads this month. Sacrificing the things you don't need to get the things that you want. That is what I'm talking about, Robert. That is amazing. That is awesome. What an awesome, awesome story. I love it when people say, I'm willing to give up the good to get the great. Give Robert a standing ovation. I'm sure he got rid of a few things in his house that he probably was like, oh, I love that thing, but you know what? I love my family's future more, and I'm going to do that. As many of you know, when Jocelyn and I started out, we were poor school teachers in Southeast Kentucky. Like, we were living paycheck to paycheck. We got paid on Friday, and it ran out on Thursday. I don't know how many times I've told people that. We had no money when we started. Zero. Zilch. But you know what we did have? A driveway. And at the end of the driveway, we had yard sales. And we did that week after week until everything in the house started disappearing. And I gave up things that I had kept with me for years that I loved, things I couldn't replace, so that I could go out and invest it in courses or trainings or ads or something to give my family a better future. We sold our house. We had a brand new, awesome house. It was a great neighborhood, and we sold our house and we moved into a smaller house that was built in the 30s and remodeled in the 70s. We did all what we have now is because of what we gave up then. And that then for you may be right now. You got to give up the good if you're ever going to get the great. And Robert did that. And that's awesome. Awesome stuff, man. Great decision. You'll never regret it. That investment's going to pay off over and over and over again. And if you do go out and have a yard sale, make sure you're wearing masks, because you don't know who's going to show up. Okay. All right, guys, a couple more. Let's get back to our announcements real quick. If you've not left us a review over on iTunes today, we'd be so thankful if you did that for us. We'd love to hear from you. I read every single iTunes review that comes in. It's not even iTunes anymore. Apple Podcasts. Drop that link one more time to the podcast. You can look us up over Flip Lifestyle. If you have not subscribed and left us a review, we'd be so thankful if you would do that for us today. It helps us get the message out, helps us grow the community, helps us bring more people in so that we have more resources to serve you. So check that out. And also, one more time, if you are thinking about doing my 8-week mastermind session that's about to go live in August, you need to sign up for the waiting list right now. It is an application process. You need to click that link that's in the chat right now that Carrie just dropped. And you need to fill out the application. We will be going through those applications. I will read every single one. I will consider every single person, and they will be offered. And then we will start offering people spots. There are only 10 spots available for the August and September session of the $1 Million Membership Funnel Mastermind. I'm going to be launching that very soon. You'll be seeing some emails about that. But you guys are on the member call. You guys are here. We want to give you the first opportunity, the best opportunity, the most opportunities, because you are showing up and showing off and showing out, and we want to help you guys take it to the next level. Over 8 weeks, I will help you rebuild your entire funnel with everything I've learned, helping thousands of people build membership sites so that you can have a funnel that converts, that makes upsells, that gets you money for ads, that builds that monthly recurring revenue every single month. So check that out. Click that now. And I will consider you for the mastermind. It's going to be an awesome time, and I'm looking forward to it. All right, so let's see. Next question is going to be, all right, Jeremy asks, Shane, I heard that you are going to launch an affiliate program. How did you make the decision to set up an affiliate program for your membership? So this is a higher level thing, not exactly how we're going to do it or why we're doing it. It's just, it's like more like, well, why do it at all, right? It's like, why have an affiliate program, and why now? Right? Why haven't you always had an affiliate program? I just didn't think we were ready for it, Jeremy. I'm a really big believer in looking yourself in the mirror and understanding your capacity. And I'm a big believer in knowing what you want, right? Like, I know what I want. I want a tight-knit community of people that support each other. I want it to be in the right demographic. I want to take my time. I'm not chasing millions and millions and millions of dollars and Bentleys and Ferraris in my driveway and as much revenue. And I've got revenue goals. I've got dreams that I want to hit. They're really big and they're high, but you know what? It's not because of that, right? Like, the most important thing to me is, what can we handle now and still control our work-life balance? What can we maintain right now? I'm still learning how to lead my team. I'm still learning how to hire great people. I'm still learning how to build support for you guys. Like, I don't want to just throw you in a list of courses. Like, I want there to be people in there that work for me that help you, right? Like, so like if I go and put 10,000 people in with an affiliate program and I don't have the support in there, what's the point? It's not going to help anybody, right? So, the decision to do an affiliate program now is because I finally believe that our team is coming together enough where we can do this, right? Like I have confidence in the people that I'm going to have in charge of this thing. I have confidence in myself that I'm going to be able to go out and maximize the relationships that I've been building now for the last 6 to 10 years, so that I've got good affiliates of good people in the right demographic to bring in the right people. And again, every decision that I make is to protect you guys, Jeremy, is to protect this community and protect this culture. I really believe that Flipped Lifestyle and the Flip Your Life community are special. I don't think there's anything like it anywhere on the internet. I don't think there's this many good people in one place, and I want to keep it that way, right? So in making those decisions, I'm always thinking about this community first, and I've never felt like I was good enough of a leader yet to have an affiliate program where I could protect the community and what it is and what it stands for, right? So I do think that now. I think we've got the support now. I think we're getting closer to it. I think we've got the technology now. I'm comfortable with it to be able to do this. I've made the right relationships. I've got 3 or 4 really strong affiliate partners kind of waiting in the wings to be able to go out and do that. I wanted you guys to be a part of it. I've never felt like we could build. I didn't want to just be the guy that meets other entrepreneurs and influencers and share stuff. Like I wanted you guys to be a part of it. I wanted to reward our people. And I just feel like all the pieces are finally in place to do it. And I don't think you should have an affiliate program in the first year or 2 of your membership. I don't think anybody should do it. I don't think you should be doing it from coming out of the gate. Like there's too much to do in a membership site just to make sure your people are served, like not time wise, but like moving parts. And you want to make sure you've got a great product. You want to make sure you've got a great blueprint for your people to succeed. You want to make sure that you're connecting your people together, and you want to make sure that you're being the leader that you were born to be. And once you've got those things in place, now you start getting into this next level of affiliate partnerships and things like that. And that's when it can really explode. And we expect that definitely to happen over the next couple of years. So that's why we are doing it now. That's why we have never done it in the past. I will not be offering an affiliate program for my education company. I don't have any relationships where I feel comfortable. I don't want random teachers out there selling affiliates. And I just don't want to do that way. We probably won't do it for our homeschool niche at first either, but we will probably offer those things quicker now that we know what we're doing, right? And it's like investing in the stock market. Invest in things you know, right? And I did not feel like I knew enough about affiliate programs to build my company on it. If you guys go listen to the podcast with Brad Barrett from last week from Choose FI, does anybody listen to the Choose FI podcast with Brad? Brad was actually the first person we ever interviewed here on the podcast. I think he was the second one we aired, but he was definitely the first person we talked to. And I do. Angela does. Of course you do. You're a big fan of Brad. But so Brad, a great businessman, crushing it, became financially independent, started other companies. And, when they built their whole business around affiliates, which a lot of people do. Pat Flynn did this for years. And everybody that knew him talked to him about it. Like, dude, you better be selling something of your own. Those affiliates could leave you, right? And now he offers affiliates to other people. He's more protected by that. But Brad lost all of his affiliates during the pandemic when it first started. What do you do then, right? If you what if you're only I had a friend, his only traffic source was affiliates. He had his own products, he had his own things. All he did was use affiliates to get the word out. He didn't have his own traffic sources like we do. We're a content marketing team. That's what we do. We bring in traffic, right? And he didn't do that. So guess what? A couple of his affiliates dropped, and he didn't have anybody to sell to. So building the foundation to me is way more impressive, is way better than building an impressive house. Like, it's got to stand forever. You can't just build the house and make it look pretty if it's going to crumble in 10 years, right? So build your foundation first. We've got the foundation laid. We think we've got enough know-how to do this, and we're ready to attack it. So that's why we're doing it now. All right, great question, Jeremy. Awesome stuff. Let's grab another success story. Steve Newlands just said, success story. Steve just broke through 1,000 email subscribers. That's what I'm talking about, Steve. Awesome stuff. 1,000. That's a good mental hurdle to jump over. So congratulations on that. All right, next question comes from Steve. Ooh, let me get a drink of water. Next question comes from Steve. I got to protect my voice. I lost my voice last Thursday. And I've got 11 podcasts. We're recording the whole, basically, fourth quarter of podcasts in the next 3 days. So I got to be on my game. I got to keep my voice strong, healthy. Got to keep it like watered down. All right, our next question comes from Steve. Steve says, what's the best way to provide some minimum viable activity in our new community so something will be there when new beta members walk through the door? What I did when I started the Flip Your Life community, if it's not content-based, well, one is have a great contact, have a great content, have a good blueprint, have everything ready to go. So that way when people come in, they've got something to do, right? Then I would go in and start 20 to 30 posts. I'd be like, like, what do you think about this? How about this? What about that? Any more? How about this? What about that? Like, start a bunch of posts and seed the garden of your forums, seed the garden of your community so that it will bloom, right? You don't have to wait for conversation. You are the leader of your community. You start the conversation, right? So when we started Flip Lifestyle, when people got there, I already had like 10, 15 forum posts ready to go. And they just started talking there. And that encouraged them to go post their own post. And then the dynamo takes over and they start talking to each other. Okay. So that's what you got to do if you're launching a beta group. You need to get in there and you need to be the discussion starter every day until other people start talking as well. Okay. All right. We got a success story here from Eric and Noel. Eric and Noel say, we just started with our first beta user. We got a first member. We got a first member success story in the house today. Everybody give them a standing ovation. High fives. I want to see it in the chat box. I want to see it emoticon and everywhere. And that is awesome. Already adding in feedback to our course and have additional potential beta users from word of mouth from this user. That is awesome. If you can find one, you can find 101, you can find 1,001, you can build $1 million membership. Nobody's alone. They're out there. You got more people. That is awesome. That makes me happy. Good job, guys. All right, our next question. Let's see here. Hold on, let me scroll up here. All right. I have a lot of questions. I may stay a little longer today to make sure we get as many of these done as possible. I'm having fun. You're having fun. It's awesome. All right. Next question comes from Monty. Monty says, have found a few email subscribers and word of mouth and a Facebook ad. Any other ideas? I need students to sign up and take my class. Monty, I would double down on the Facebook ads, what's working. If you've gotten email subscribers from a couple of ads, I think it's time to start split testing those ads. Like, take them and try and improve them so they get better. I would go a little broad with your ads, Monty, right here. There's going to be a lot of people coming up that are going to be doing homeschool because of the pandemic. There's going to be lots of virtual classes, a lot of virtual school coming up this school year. And I think if you would look at your Facebook ads and just target parents of school-age kids, like, go broad, quit trying to look for people that are looking for keywords. Just target parents. Facebook will find the people, right? And if you've got some copy and some images that are working, it's time to start split testing them. Actually, for Membership Masters subscribers, in Membership Masters this month, I teach you how to split test ads and email subject line copy. That's what the featured article is in the Membership Masters newsletter this month. So not only do you have the August calendar for promotions, but I've got an entire email sequence that we've added for you for when people opt in for your list but don't follow up. But I also talk about split testing and how to do that. So check that out. That issue is live in the Membership Masters subscription area right now. Monty, I think you're a subscriber. I can't remember, but check that out. If you're not, we can drop a link to it in the chat and start improving the ad. The ad is where you can control. You can't control word of mouth yet, but you can go put it in front of every parent in America. You can literally go into the Facebook ads and say, people with children between 13 and 18. Those are the people who take physics classes. Go target them. Okay. All right. Great question. Improve what's working. That's the theme of that question, guys, is whatever is working, do more of that. For us, YouTube is working. We had a video go viral last week. It got 100,000 views. Okay. YouTube is working. Podcasts are definitely working. That's our number one thing. Facebook is working. We're going all in on Facebook. I don't care about any other social media network. I'm laser focused on Facebook for the rest of the year. We're going to make it big. And then our community memberships. So that's our entire business model. Like, everybody looks at everything we do and we're like, no, we're really just like, we podcast and then we YouTube and then we share that. And then people join our email list and Shane emails them every day. And then they join our community and they come to member calls. That's our whole business model. That's what we do every week. And if you can just zero in on those things that are working really good and try to forget the rest, you're going to be successful. Okay. All right. Speaking of successful, we got a success story from Paul today. Paul says, I started a post-challenge sale from the Membership Masters newsletter this month, yesterday. But when I woke up today, I noticed that someone from somewhere, I'm not totally sure where, bought the full-priced annual membership for $497. Paul woke up to $500 today, guys. He didn't have to go out and earn $500. He woke up to $500. That's awesome. That'll make you sleep good. That'll make your family's future. That'll give you a good vacation when they let us go anywhere again. That will pay for the bills right there, right? You got, now that the system is working. The system is working, and it's starting to create revenue while you sleep. Paul, that is absolutely amazing, dude. Proud of that upsell. Awesome getting those annual members that gives you energy and keeps pushing you forward. Reinvest that back in, man, and go get more members out of that. Go get more monthly members, okay? All right, good stuff. Got more questions coming up here. Let's see here. Let me scroll up to the top. All right, our next question comes from Megan. Megan says, I'll be marketing to artists. So many artists are on Instagram, and I know that a lot of them have their email address listed in their contact info. I've been collecting those emails. Ooh, I don't know about that. Not sure how kosher that is to send an email out to them to market to them. I would say that's probably not legal. If it's public, you probably could send an individual email, but I think that would be borderline gray hat, black hat like things. Like that's harvesting. That's really borderline for harvesting. I don't know. You need to look up the CAN-SPAM law and see what that is. Now, I'm not saying I've never done it, because I have definitely harvested emails from government websites of teachers because they're public. They're public in the public domain. They're legal to look at. I'm not saying I did anything with them, but I've done that with coaches and stuff before. I think that's definitely gray hat though. Although they are definitely my avatar, is it okay for me to make an email list with those emails? You know, I don't know. This is a legal question, kind of. I don't want to say that I know this. Actually, I'm going to give a little disclaimer here. Shane is stupid. No, Shane is halfway insane. Shane is crazy. No one should ever listen to Shane. Seriously, every word out of my mouth in the next minute, you should probably not listen to. You should check with a lawyer or an attorney, and they'll probably know more than me, because I'm crazy, and you should not listen to me. All right, now, here's my opinion. All right, so here's what I'm going to say. I don't think it would be bad to maybe, I don't know what Facebook's terms and conditions say about harvesting, but I mean, you might be able to show ads to those people. You might be able to reach out to them on an individual basis and declare, I got your email address from Instagram, really wanted to reach out to you. I think I've got something that could help you. If you're not interested, just tell me, and I'll take you off the list if you are. I would be careful. I think you would be much better served to I would create a demographic profile of the people you're looking at and getting these emails from, and I would show ads to lead magnets that collect a list. That's where I would go. I'm not sure how high quality that lead's going to be. Definitely follow them and connect with them on social media and talk to them on social media and get them to follow you back. But I would be very careful with this email strategy. I don't think it's efficient. I don't think it's a good long-term strategy. And I don't think you're going to get a great response out of it. You're going to be much better off saying, who are these people? Go watch my avatar training in the Flip Your Life community. Create a customer profile of that person, then show ads to all of them, and then collect your own emails that people choose to opt in. You're going to get a better list that way, okay? But I'm not sure that's a great idea. I think it's going to be a great research tool, right? To learn who you should target with ads and who you should write content for and who you should create content for. But be careful when you're harvesting emails. I mean, basically, guys, here's a general rule of thumb. If someone didn't give you their email, you probably shouldn't email them. That's just it, right? I mean, you got to figure out how to get people to give you their email. And we do that by creating content and showing them ads. That's how we do that. And then guiding them to lead magnets, taking them down email funnels. Like, that's how you get people to do it. So be very careful with that. I don't want to encourage that behavior. I do not know where it falls. I would call it gray hat. So if you're comfortable with it, it's okay probably, but you might want to check the CAN-SPAM law and make sure that's legal. All right. Got a success story from Jill. Jill says, I got another new client from my online marketing agency, Fox Social Media, and I am running my first 2 Facebook ads to drive traffic to my new membership site, Simple Marketing Academy, with a $30 day free trial. Love it. Investing in your business, and the more action you take in your membership, the more things and opportunities start building on top of that. That's why we get to do things like newsletters. That's why we get to do things like, sell annual plans like Paul did earlier today. That's why we get to do things like masterminds and all these things. They build on your membership. Your membership is your foundation, right? It's the base of the pyramid, and everything else builds on top of it. Awesome, awesome stuff. All right, let's see here. All right, next question comes from Ariel and Sarah. I'm starting a monthly membership for meditation. I need that. I love meditation. Some videos, some materials, some live Q&A, and message boards. I already have many folks interested, but a few are, well, why don't you have an order form? If you've got people interested, what are you talking about? But a few are the type to dominate a space and monopolize time and conversation. I know this because they've done it in meditation classes I've held. I've seen them drive away others and make the experience unpleasant for everyone. How do you and Jocelyn deal with folks like that? I was thinking of being application only, but that has its own issues. Yeah, nothing's easy. I think that probably 99% of the people we get don't do that. I mean, it's hard to do it in the way we teach to run a membership. It would be hard for anyone to dominate the conversation because it's all based on forums. We don't let people talk on the mic unless they're on the podcast one-on-one, because then I'm in control of the situation, right? Even here in this thing, I mean, we got dozens of people in here, and there's a great chat. The chat's on fire. There's people talking all the time. I'm answering questions. You get to ask. We've created workflow. We've created systems that prevent things like that from happening. Like, anyone can ask a question, but they're in order received. Anyone can chat, but you're all in there. I got Carrie, my community manager, in the chat box. If anybody's causing problems, we kick them out, right? And if someone were causing problems in the community, I would simply refund every dime they ever gave me and say goodbye. Like, I don't need your money. I don't need you in my community. Goodbye. No one. It is a privilege to join the Flip Your Life community. It's an amazing thing that you get to fast forward what it took us 5 years to learn and be able to do this, right? So we view it that way on purpose. Like, we don't have to do this, right? So you don't have to deal with anybody. And I know in the beginning when you get those first 10 members and like, man, that guy's, oh God, he's causing problems, but I need that $50 a month. No, you don't. You don't need anyone. You don't need anything. You need you and your family and the good people who want to be in your community. Like, so, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Kick them out, right? You don't have to deal with that. So you don't have to do it publicly. You can just send them a message. Be like, hey, I've refunded every dime I've ever given you. You owe me nothing. I owe you nothing. And we've banned your email address. Goodbye. You're gone forever, right? So don't worry about that. Always remember that you are the leader of your community. You are the benevolent dictator. You get to decide everything that's happening, and you get to, if something is heavy or hurting you, you don't have to deal with it. You don't let people abuse you. The internet's a weird place. You know what I mean? If someone does something on our Facebook page, ban hammer, I wield the ban hammer like Thor in Avengers. Like, goodbye, you're gone, you're banned. Like, it doesn't matter to me because whatever. So just take control of your community, realize that you're in control. You're building the place as a safe place for your members. And I would be careful though. Like, if people talk a lot in your chat, in your forums, let them. That's good. Make sure you're not letting your bias turn someone into dominating or ruining. Like be careful with those words. But it's still your community. You're building what you want. And I encourage everybody to build the thing that makes them feel good. Because you're the one who's got to lead it. You're the one who's got to deal with it. It's your livelihood. So you don't have to deal with knuckleheads. Okay. All right. Any more success stories? You want to go ahead and post those now? I've got about, I'm going to go about, let's see, I think I'm going to go 5 more questions. Carrie or Hannah, how many have I done so far? I don't know for sure. You can send me a private message. I lost count. But any more success stories, go ahead and post those right now. I love reading those success stories. I love celebrating those success stories. They motivate me. They get me excited that I know that what we're doing is helping you. And that's what we really need, that good feedback that what we've got created is helping you take steps toward a better future for your family. So go ahead and put your success stories in right now if you've not put one in yet. Kathy, I don't see it on here. It may have been in the chat. Can you put it in the Q&A box? Just copy and paste it over in the Q&A box, and I will definitely read that out loud. So post success stories. Got a ton of questions still. Plenty of questions to go, but I want to get some more success stories inside of the Q&A box, not in the chat. Go ahead and post it in the Q&A, and I will read those out loud, okay? All right, next question is from Asan, and I'm pretty sure I'm saying that correctly. Asan, let's see. I am building a membership focusing on those leaving corporate life and starting their own businesses who need website design, SEO, Google PPC, Facebook online marketing skills, and beginning to advance skills. I'm offering an online course. We call that a blueprint. Okay, that's good. Weekly live webinar and Q&A. I want to talk about that real quick. A forum, weekly work together sessions. I love the work together sessions. That's good. It's valued at $3.99 a month. Okay, so this is a higher ticket membership. Okay, and then thinking of offering beta at $199 a month for life. What do you think of this pricing strategy? Do the prices look okay? I think you're giving massive amounts of value for one thing. I think the price is fine. This is a membership where if there's enough in there, and it can really deliver results, I think that it's fine to charge a high ticket price. I love 50% off for beta members. I think that's one of the best things you can do. It keeps it clean. If you're going to charge 50, charge 25 for beta. If you're going to charge 25 a month, then charge $12.50 for beta. 50% is a great beta price. If you ever are looking to do beta pricing for your membership, what do you want to charge? Cut it in half. That's a great way to start. You can raise it forever. I would caution you on the weekly live Q&A, okay? This is a mistake in most niche markets. You're going to create so much content, you're actually going to overwhelm your people. It's actually why we do Q&As every 2 weeks. We feel like that's a good time to help people have different times to come. We usually get a little bit different crowd. About 50% of the crowd is different than the last member call if it was at a different time. And when you go every week, you're too available. Like people can start skipping the member call. And if they start skipping the member call, they start skipping their payment. And then they leave the membership, right? So I don't think you have to do a weekly live webinar and Q&A every week teaching and training, unless you're creating your initial content. Most of the time, guys, one Q&A a month is enough for most spaces. And creating new content maybe once a month is okay, depending on how much you have. We don't create much new content in the blueprint because it's already done. Like if you just do that, you will have a membership at the end of it. And we don't have to add a ton in there. We can handle most of it through Q&A in the forums. So be careful you're not overwhelming your people with content. That is a reason people quit your membership, because it's overwhelming. We've had people quit before because the old community was overwhelming, and now it's so streamlined. People are like, I know what to do next. So you don't think you have to do that. I think you may be offering a little too much value, too much access, especially with those work together sessions. If you're going to do those weekly, if you're going to do a weekly work together, I would probably only do one Q&A a month, and you'll be good. But the basics of this question is, what's a good beta price? 50% off your price you're looking for is probably a great way to launch any beta membership. Go for it. Launch it. Get some people out there. Let's go. All right. Let's see. I think I've already answered this question. Maybe not. All right. We've got a success story from Kathy Young. Kathy says, I was contacted by 2, all caps, 2 international companies, each of which is interested in purchasing a block of memberships when I launch. That is big time, Kathy. That is absolutely amazing. Like we do that with our education sites, and like when you can get a block, like a school, to buy in bulk, what you do is you get inroads with the individual, and then they go to the AD or whatever, the admin, and they buy the thing. It's the same thing what you're doing here. Like you may have, that may be a good thing for you to focus your marketing on, is how can I slay the big whales? Man, that is awesome. Getting 2 blocks of memberships into a beta would be incredible, like rolling that out. So let's change that, Kathy, from when I launch to launch. Let's get this thing launched before the next member call so that we can celebrate you selling those 2 blocks of memberships. That's an awesome opportunity, man. That is absolutely good. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was a really good. I can't wait to hear you say, I closed the block. It was awesome. I got lots of members. All right, here we go. Next question is from Ahmed. Let's see. Is it Ahmad? It's Ahmad, right? Okay. Ahmad's been around for a while. I know Ahmad. He's been paying attention to old Flip Flop Style back in the day. All right. Ahmad says, I am an artist and an art teacher. I have a membership on painting, but it's been dormant. I wanted to know if I should open the membership site back up or create a membership site around art lesson plans for teachers like you did. So basically, this is a fork in the road, right? And we all reach these forks in the road all the time in our business. Should I do this or should I do that? The most recent fork in the road for me and Jocelyn was, I talked about this earlier today, was brought on by the coronavirus. Like, what's the way our life is structured now? We've lost a lot of our child care is not there anymore because of health concerns with our parents, and the people who used to watch our child are a little bit older, and the coronavirus, we don't want to make anybody sick. And, there's a lot of stuff happening with school, and we've become really overwhelmed with parenting and business. And, the work-life balance we had created got disrupted by no fault of our own. And we had a fork in the road, right? Like, do we keep fighting for the status quo, or do we step back and do something different, right? And that's it. Do you want to keep going down the same path, or do you want to do something different? Almost all choices are made that way, guys. And make no mistake, we all have choices, and we all make choices, and it is your choice. Anything you're doing in life today, you can stop doing tomorrow. It is your choice. And when we were faced with this choice, do we stay the same road or do we do something different? We had to ask ourselves a simple question: which path is most heavy? And you don't want to walk the heavy path. You want to walk the lighter path. I didn't say you want to walk the light path. Life is hard, and all paths are heavy, but some are lighter and some are heavier. And you want to make those choices down the lighter roads if you can. So the choices that we made were, hey, what's lighter? You know what's heavy? You know what's heavy for Jocelyn? Having to keep up with all the stuff she used to keep up with and being on the podcast all the time. So the lighter path was different. It was me doing the interviews by myself and her doing intros so we could batch independently, and so that we could not be locked together in our calendar. Now, the best thing about that is our calendars can now live independently. So if I need to batch podcasts, she can take Isaac to basketball practice, or vice versa. If she needs to record intros, I can take Anna Joe to cheer. Like it unlocked our calendar, which better fit the new normal that we're all dealing with. Okay. So that was the lighter path. It wasn't necessarily the path we wanted to choose. It wasn't better or worse. It was just lighter. So when you're looking at this, I think you should literally write them down on 2 pieces of paper and set them right or left. And I don't want you to pro and con it. I want you to look at them, and I want you to say, which is the lighter path, right? No path is easy, right? Life is heavy. There is no such thing as a light path, no matter how much internet gurus want you to think there is. But which one's the lighter path? If every time you come to the fork in the road, you can make a lighter path decision, it's going to add up to an easier path for you. It's going to be something you're going to stick with. It's going to be something not so overwhelming that you can control, right? And I would say that's what you want to do. So which one do you want to do, man? Which is lighter? Fire up the old membership or start something new? That's on you, but make the choice, commit to it, and keep moving forward. And that's going to keep you moving toward the goal that you really want. Okay. All right. So let's go down here. Let's see. Got a bunch of questions here. All right. Hold on one second, guys. I think my son is locked out. I will be right back. Nobody go anywhere. Talk amongst yourselves in the chat room. Talk about your lighter paths. I'll be right back. Isaac wanted to say hi to everybody. Say hi, everybody. Say what's up. Lots of people. Everybody in the community. Say what's up, Flip Your Life.
What's up, Flip Your Life?
Ooh, everybody. All right. They said hi. All right. Just chill in there and we'll go do some. Did Mom bring your bike? Oh, okay. We'll go do. I need to go to Walmart. You want to go with? Well, let's go to Walmart first. We'll get you a new helmet. Okay. All right, cool. I'll be in there in a minute. All right, cool. All right. So see, Jocelyn's not here. She just brought me Isaac. That's what we're working on here. I'm trying to get this going here. You know what I'm saying? All right. Let's see. All right. So appreciate all the comments about the lighter path. I learned a long time ago that life is not easy no matter what you do. It is a fallen world and a burden, but we can always make things lighter. We can always do things a little bit better. All right. 1% better every day. Let's see. Thien, I think that's how you say that. Thien. I want to make sure I'm saying that correctly. Thien. Thien asks, I was preparing to start my 14-day countdown to launch the beta on a webinar. I'm sending out a T minus 14 days to beta launch today. Here's my question. You suggest to do the webinar on Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. I live on the West Coast, and so are the warmest people on my list, about 1,000 emails. What do you think is the ideal time to do a webinar if the majority of my current list is on the West Coast? Okay. I actually think that I would still do it on Sunday night at 9 p.m. Just logically. I don't know your niche. If you could tell me your niche in the chat, that would really help me because I can understand their calendar better. For most people, Sunday nights are usually a night where you're home, you're near your wallet, and you're probably not looking forward to tomorrow, so you're looking for something to do before you go to bed, right? And I think that 6 to 9 is a good time. If you wanted to, you could do it later. You could do it at 9 p.m. on the West Coast. I think night webinars work better because people are home and they can buy stuff. You know, if you do a webinar in the middle of the day, that can work too. I do them all the time at 12 o'clock because I just don't have time to do them at night. So I have to do it sometime, and I'd rather do it sometime than no time. You know, so I can do that. But I think nighttime ones work better. I think launching on Sunday nights is a really good thing for most people because most niches, you're going to hit some people that they've got time to do it, right? The downside of Sundays is people don't really check their email on Sundays, so they may miss their reminders. But I don't think there is a best time. Honestly, here's what you should really commit to, okay? It's not when you do the webinar to launch. It's when are you going to do webinars going forward? Does that make sense? So, like, I would say, like, hey, you know what? I'm going to do 7 webinars the next 7 weeks. I'm going to do one on Sunday, one on Monday, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, one on Thursday, one on Friday. Next 7 weeks. Every week, different day. Then I'm going to see what works for me, right? And I'm going to do all of them at 9 p.m. But then you know what I'm going to do for the next 7 weeks? I'm going to do them at 12 p.m. I'm going to see if lunch works better in my niche. And I'm going to do them on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And just 21 weeks, 28 weeks. You just try a different day, different time, and you do the same webinar every week for 100 weeks. I dare you. And then what happens is you will find the best time to work for you. Remember, all of my recommendations, guys, are designed to do one thing: get you to take the next step. It's not perfect. It ain't got to be perfect. And this ain't the right time to do a webinar. It ain't Shane's magic sorcery time that I've discovered an hour that we can do a webinar, right? It's like, hey, you need to do a webinar. Just do it Sunday at 9 o'clock. Do it. That's the first one. Now, try a different day and see if it works better. So, like, that's what I want you to do. It's more just to give you an answer so that you'll take the action. And then once you roll that snowball off the hill, the avalanche can start. We've just got to roll the snowball. So I don't care what time you do it. There's no perfect time. You're not going to be able to guess this. You can't guess when people are going to show up. You can only experiment over and over and over again until you discover the truth about when people will show up for you in your niche. That's it. But you can't discover that until you do the first one. So do the first one at Sunday at 9 p.m. and see what happens. And you'll see that something will happen, and then you can make more somethings happen. Okay? All right, let's see here. I'm just going down the bottom. All right. Our next question. Well, let's see here. Sandy has a question about the mastermind group. For how far into the blueprint do you need to be before it to be beneficial? I would actually recommend that you have your product done. If you've got your courses made, that's probably the best time to come in, because the main bulk of the content in the mastermind is me teaching you my ever-evolving $1 million membership funnel. This is the funnel that we use to get people to join, convert them up into quarterlies and annuals, and sell them more things later, right? So the sales funnel is what we focus on, because that's what it's all about, guys. It's traffic and sales. I have a whole day on traffic where we talk about traffic strategies, and then we drive people into a funnel that converts. It just does. This has been built through thousands of trial and error, and it's the best funnel you can ever put in place to sell a membership, because memberships are different than courses. So if you're to the point where you're building your funnel, right? Like, so if you joined the community and you got your avatar and you created 3 to 5 courses and you put them in a membership area in Kajabi and you're getting ready to build your sales funnel, you can do this membership. It's perfect for you, because you're going to build this correctly from the beginning and you're not going to mess it up. And then anyone who has members, if you want more members, you better clean this funnel up, because you're going to have to do it right. And you might as well do it the way that we do it, because it's the way that works, right? You don't have to experiment and get it. It's an amazing baseline. I take you through all the follow-up sequences, all the emails. We've got templates in there and all sorts of good stuff. So anyone who has actually got their product done, right, you need to do it. Now, could you, if you know what your product's going to look like and you're about to beta launch it with a list and you're going to create it, that would make sense. You could come in and build the funnel, but that's who needs to do it, right? If you don't know your idea, don't join the $1 Million Membership Funnel. Go watch the idea course and build an idea thing. But this funnel does not exist in the community because I like to guide people through it. Because it is a little more complex. But if you have Kajabi and you've got your, your first 3 courses done, they're in the membership area and you're ready to take customers, you should do the membership. It'd be fine. All right. Claudia says, hold on. Our next question, Claudia, is from Claudia. She says, hey, Shane, how important is it to show your face when making videos? Would love to use Loom to do voiceover using slides for my members and wondering if only doing that is personal enough. I would put your little, use Loom can record your face and put it down in the corner, right? And that makes it really personal. I'm a big fan of being on camera. People respond to faces. I was reading an amazing article the other day about how ads with faces convert almost twice as much as just text or pictures. Like people just relate to a face, right? And a person. So I think it's very important. I mean, and I think the face is so important that I don't even use slides a lot of time when I'm teaching because I would rather have attention than I would having beautiful slides, right? Ooh, I made pretty slides. Yeah, but nobody looked at them. But they will look at you and they will hear you and they will be with you and they will experience what you're trying to teach them if your face is on camera. So I think it's really important. I don't think you have to. I've seen plenty of successful people. Amy Porterfield doesn't have her face on camera. She has just text slides. It's ridiculous, really, when you watch her courses. But she makes $10 million, so whatever. So I think it's really important. I like having a face on the camera. You can use Loom and put your face down in the bottom. That's fine. So that you can still show your slides. I think it creates a better personal connection. But it's not necessary. I don't want to go as far as saying it's necessary. Again, let's go back to what we said earlier. When you're making decisions, which one is heavier and which one is lighter, right? No decisions are easy, but one's probably heavier. If it's heavy for you to be on camera, don't be, because that will keep you from getting it done, right? So if that's a lighter choice, make it a lighter choice. If they're equal and you're like, I'm just wondering which one's better, there's only one way to know that. Do it and see which one is better, right? You have to do it. No one can guess which way is better, right? Elon Musk doesn't they don't sit in a meeting room and guess which way is good to build a rocket. They build a rocket and they blow up the rocket. And then they're like, well, that didn't work. And then they make another rocket and they blow up the rocket. And then 2 years later, they send men to the International Space Station, right? So that's how you have to attack this problem too, is which one's heavy, which one's light, do that and see which one's better. All right, let's see here. We've got another question from, let's see. I've already answered a question from some of you guys. I'm going to have to pass on some of you to make sure we can get to everybody, okay? All right. Connie Stewart says, thoughts on creating a small membership for parents of adolescents. I was thinking of creating a support book for parents and a more abbreviated version of the book for adolescents. Along the way, I could curate topics that would be helpful to parents of this age group. Forgive me if this is not the place to ask. It's always the place to ask. That's what we're here for, Connie. I was just able to join a few weeks ago since the company came late. I need a door. Okay. All right. So basically the question is here, is this a good idea? Right. So let me guide you through the process to determine if it's a good idea. And then I want you to go watch the idea course. Okay. I think it's a great idea. I think this is a huge market. There's people there. I would not try to give things for their kids and them. Are you going to help the parent or are you going to help the kid? I would help the parent because parents have wallets and money and kids don't. Okay. If you want to give some worksheets or something through the parent book, that's fine. So that's the only idea thing that I would come up with. The next thing is you have to make sure that people are looking for this. So you need to go do keyword research, or you need to go and make sure people have actually created content around this topic. The best way to do that is to go to Amazon and see if anybody's written a book about this. Has anyone written a book about parenting adolescents in the area you want to talk about? If that's true, that means someone decided to put the effort in to sell something to a group of people that already exist, which means you can go market to that same group. And competition is a good thing because that means there is a pie. I just need a piece of the pie, right? So yeah, I think it's a great idea. If you're passionate about it and you're interested in it, go down that rabbit hole and also log into the community. It says you just joined the Flip Your Life community. Go to phase 1 and watch the idea trainings. There's 3 videos. The first one is going to tell you how to research or how to come up with your idea and crystallize it. The second course is going to teach you exactly how to research your idea and go out and make sure that it can make money online, right? Someone's making money with it already. That means you can. And then the third one is actually an entire course on choosing your idea. And then in the idea trainings, there's also a bonus to help you do keyword research so you can understand exactly how people are searching for that idea. So go check that out over in the Flip Your Life community. And it's all in the new blueprint area. All right, we're going to go a little rapid fire. If anybody's got any final success stories they want to throw in, this is the last call for that. So check that out. A couple quick announcements again, real quick. Just want to make sure we go through that. If you have not left us a review over on Apple Podcasts, we'd be very thankful. If you could do that right now before this member call is over. All you got to do is open your phone or go online on your desktop and open Apple Podcasts, open iTunes, go in there and leave us a review. We're going to drop a link to that Apple Podcast link as well in the chat box. And my next $1 million membership mastermind, where I will teach you the $1 million membership funnel from scratch, and we will build it. This is an action-oriented workshop. If you ain't about to do the work, don't get in the mastermind. This is for real serious people who want to make this happen, want to make this work. That starts very soon. It's going to be launching in August, my next session. It's an 8-week session where I will guide you through the process of building that funnel in your sales systems. You want to check that out. There is a link to the waiting list right now. You got to fill out an application. We're going to be going over applications here in about a week. You're going to be seeing a lot of emails about that, but I wanted to give you guys the best shot at that to get on the front of the list so that you can do that right now. That is the only way that you can work with me one-on-one for your membership. We're going to have Q&As every session, and I'll be teaching you that funnel. You will also be joining a VIP Facebook group that only has $1 million membership mastermind people in it. And that will be coming up very, very soon. I think it's like the 6th is when I'm opening it. So it'll be very, very soon. So you want to get on the list right now. You want to be considered right now. We're going to start going over applications very soon. Make sure you fill that out before we go. Leave a review over on Apple Podcast as well. All right. Svetlana says, what is the link to the new community? Go to fliplifestyle.com/free, or you can reach out over at fliplifestyle.com/support, Svetlana, and you can get into the new community at your current rate. So make sure you go check that out. Okay. All right. Our next question comes from Matt. Matt says, I know there are some great podcast courses, Pat Flynn's, John Lee Dumas, but Shane would love to see your podcast mic setup and walkthrough. Your audio sounds so clear. What mic do you use, and how do you make it sound so clear? What is the best podcast equipment for someone just starting out? Okay. All right. So we have a very simple setup. I don't fall down the rabbit hole of spending $1 million on my podcast. It's ridiculous. You don't have to do that. So the microphone that I use, it's called the Audio-Technica 2100. It is discontinued, but now there's one called the Audio-Technica, I think 2100S or something like that. But if you type in Audio-Technica 2100, it'll come up. It's a black mic, same microphone, just a little bit better, new generation. I got a new one coming in. It's awesome. It's under $100. I think it's $100. It might be 120. All right. So I got this. This is the microphone I've got. It's Audio-Technica. Works great. Been using them since the beginning. I refuse to change. I'm not spending $600 on a Heil microphone. I'm just not doing it. Okay. Got this boom mic. They cost about $19 on Amazon. Okay. So what are we at right now? We're at let's say this is 100 because I don't know what it is. Somebody look that up for me. What's an Audio-Technica cost? All right. Here, I'll look it up real quick. Let me look this up. I want to answer this question correctly. I want to see what the new one's called. Let's see here, Amazon. Let's go over to Amazon, and then let's look over for the Audio-Technica. Oh, it might be called the 2020. Maybe they changed this. No, that's not right. Let's see here, Audio-Technica 2100. Let me look that up. The spiritual successor. It's the 2100X. That's what it's called. All right, it's $100. Okay, so this thing costs $100 now. So you got a $100 microphone, crystal clear. Okay. Boom mic, about $20. Okay. I can't show you this because I'd unplug everything if I did it, but you need a Scarlett 2i2 mixer, Scarlett 2i2 mixer. And then you hook that into your computer. That thing costs about $200. So about $300, you got a microphone, you got a boom mic, so you can put it on your desk. Scarlett 2i2. That's what makes it so clear is that mixer, right? Because you plug it in to the mixer, and then you can control the background noise and what gets in with this little knob. but it's super simple setup. I am not a big believer in you got to go absolutely nanner nuts when it comes to technology. Okay. So like, that's all I've got. Audio Technica 2100X, Scarlett 2i2 mixer, and a boom mic, $19. I've also got a light here that costs, I think, $17.95. It's just a mic. It just got a clip and it just lights up. So it gives me a little more lighting. But that's it. That's all we got. That's how we sound so clear, is the Audio Technica mic with that Scarlett mixer. It'll be as good as you need it for anything that you do. And, you can go up from there if you want to. Great question. I need to do a mic setup. I'll do a mic setup. The true beginner podcast setup is what I'll do. So you don't have to spend $1,000 on their affiliate links. That's what those guys do. You know that, right? Hey, you want this microphone because it costs $3,000. And if you click the link, I get a commission. Ha. Like, that's not what I do. I don't care. I have no affiliate links to microphones that I know of anywhere. I don't care. I just like the one that I like, and I'm good, and I'm a simple man. And I just need a microphone that sounds good. All right, let's see here. All right, I'm going to click on that. One's done. All right, we're going to go speed round here a little bit. Got a couple more, 11. Okay, good. All right, so I got 3 more questions. Again, last call for success stories. If you got any success stories that you'd like me to celebrate with you right here on the air, go ahead and read those. Type those in the Q&A box. I've got 3 more questions, and we're going to finish up today's call. I went a little over. I love you guys. That's okay. All right. Elaine asks, how often do you pitch in content emails? Oh, I love this question, etc. I'm thinking 3 emails a week. Do I pitch in each email to an intro product as I collect emails, audience, before I launch the membership? Okay. So let me give you some guidelines first of all. Okay. First of all, my first rule is email every day. Quit this Monday, Wednesday, Friday nonsense. Buy or unsubscribe, get off my list, right? You can email every day. If you think about your audience and you send them valuable content and you keep them updated with stuff that can help them, they will keep opening your emails. Okay. So that's my first rule, is email every day. Do I live up to that? No. I usually email 3 to 4 times a week. Some days I just don't feel like it. Right. But email every day. There's nothing wrong with emailing every day. That is the attainable goal that I reach for in my life, is can I write emails every day? Okay. Number 2, sell every email. That's it. Sell every email. But what you sell is probably going to be different in every email. You're not always selling your product, right? Sometimes I'm selling, go listen to my new podcast, right? Because my podcast pitches my community. So I might say, hey, go check out my new blog post. I'm selling. I got to write a sales letter to get you to click that link and go read my blog post, right? So you do want to sell every membership, or every email, but what are you selling? That's what you got to ask yourself. What do you want them to do in that email? Sometimes I just want you to hit reply. Like we did an email last week, and Carrie, I don't even know how many we had, but we were talking about it. Like we had dozens of email replies. So it's one thing. And what was I selling? Hit reply. Ask a question. Tell us what's frustrating you. So I'm selling that. Now, so like only sell one thing per email. That would be the final rule. So there's my 3 rules. Email every day, sell every email, only sell one thing every email. If you follow that rule and you do that, I promise, if you do that 5 days a week for the next 365 days, you will be successful, right? That's prolific. That is as prolific as you can get. And if you do it, you will win. Eventually you will win. I mean, you just got to keep grinding it and doing it correctly. Now, I am also not opposed to having a link to your free trial in the PS of every email, or a link to your membership, whatever you sell. Like I'm not opposed to PS. I've also got a great discount on this membership if you want that too, right? The PS I count separately, but those 3 rules will grow a brand better over the long term than anything else I've ever seen. Is just commit to contacting your list every day, commit to selling every email, and commit to selling one thing per email. Every time you add another link into your thing, you cut your conversions in half. But if you do those 3 things, your email marketing will work, your list will grow, the right people will stay on your list because the bad people will leave, and you will make more sales in your membership. Okay. Great question from Elaine there. All right. Let's see. We got our next question is from Chris. Chris says, I'm offering a Spanish language course where I focus on skill-based learning so that students come out feeling confident and conversational. That's a good tagline. You need to put that on your website. I'm stuck thinking on what price to offer it at when it comes out, and content dictates. Oh no, it does not. Okay, hold on. I thought you said content dictates the price. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Results dictate the price. Value dictates the price. My idea was 37 per month, maybe 57. I would say launch it at 37 and see what happens, but threaten that it's going to be 57. This is going to be 57, but I'm going to let beta members in for 37. One thing that I tell people, Chris, when you're launching your membership, your price doesn't matter. It's probably wrong. It's probably too cheap. It could be too much. The only way to know for sure is to let it out there into the world and let an audience see it. I think most people would be well served with starting somewhere between 29 and $79. I think that's a good starting point for anybody. Confidence in your product is going to play into that a little bit, but just launch it. Just open the door, see if anybody buys it. If someone buys it at 37, there's somebody else that would probably pay you 57. If nobody buys it, the first place you look for is audience size. You need to get more people. The second place would be the price. So don't get hung up on the price. Pick a price. If you can't decide between 37 and 57, flip a coin and go with it, and let the fates decide. And it'll probably sell. But your price for your membership doesn't matter. What matters at the beginning is that you launch. You see if anybody takes it. If they say no, you figure out why. If they say yes, you figure out how to raise it fast, because that means you're probably in the ballpark. Okay. And our final question for today, our next question comes from Matt. Matt says, Shane, I love Monica Louie's Facebook offer where it's annual VIP membership of $5.99. Includes 1 year of VIP membership that automatically renews. And Monica Louie is a Facebook ad specialist. She's a very good friend of me and Jocelyn's. And we actually do have her Facebook course available inside of our Trusted Experts section inside of Flip Your Life community. And she also offers a discount in there, and we have a training for it as well inside of the Flip Your Life community, where me and Monica sat down and talked about Facebook ads. So check that out if you've not been in the Trusted Experts session of the Flip Your Life community. It includes 1 month of VIP membership that automatically renews every month for just $49. My question is, what are your thoughts on having an upfront charge like she does, and then having a monthly versus having the next recurring payment billed annually? I feel like as a membership owner, I like the upfront money and the monthly. I feel like that yearly charge might not happen, and someone will get surprised with a charge 11 months later. Do annual membership renewals really happen at that rate? Our annual memberships renew at about 20%. So 5% is really low. I don't know where you heard that number at, but they're all different. But ours renew pretty good, and they're all right. I mean, they renew a little bit, but we don't even try to push the annual plan. I don't want it. I want 1,000 people paying me $100 a month so that I make $1.2 million a year. I don't want any friction of anyone getting into my membership. I don't want any. That's why we offer a free trial. It's awesome. Join. You'll see. Like no friction. We have to find the point of least resistance to get people into the community. That's a really important concept that I teach in the $1 Million Membership Funnel Mastermind. Is you've got to find the point of least resistance. For Monica, the way she sells hers, I think she's slowing down people coming into the community. If you had to pay $600 to join the Flip Your Life community, Matt, would you be here? Or did you sign up for a free trial and love it and then start paying every month? Think about it. Like why would we put a gate on keeping people in? Now, some niche markets, it works really good. I think what's the right way to say this? I think the higher socioeconomic status of the people who are joining your membership, once you're marketing to people making $150,000 a year or more, that might change the dynamic of this. I got a buddy named Jason Brown of the Brown Report. We actually talk about this on Membership Masters. I got a whole show coming out about this where we're going to talk an hour about join fees. That's what that's called. It's called a join fee, where you get some money up front. It also, it almost is a trial, or it almost shows commitment by people who have a lot of money to spend. They don't trust free trials. They don't trust cheap products. They want, well, I'm paying $1,000 to get in the door. That must be good, right? So I think there's some merit there when you look at your audience, when you look at the niche. But for most businesses, I would say, don't do that. I would say do not do that, especially launching. It's too hard to sell a $600 product. And also, too, you have to look at the people who are offering those. Monica has an audience. Monica is in a mastermind with some really important people. Monica has she also runs an agency and her membership is gravy. Like, she has a huge Facebook agency with tons of employees and like stuff like that. So you're not getting the whole picture by just seeing the price on someone's page, right? There's always a reason why things are happening, and you can't assume that that's the best reason for you, right? And 90% of the time, I would literally say 90% of the time, of memberships I've seen, you should not offer that join fee. It should just, like, you can, it's so easy to get them into a trial or get them into a monthly membership. You can upsell them into these other things and they may not renew. But if they never step foot in the door, they're never going to give you any money, right? You also have a lot of problems with upfront costs like that and refunds and things like that. So there's pros and cons. There's very, very big pros and cons for that. But I'm not against join fees. I think they work in certain niches. I think they actually are needed in certain niche markets to differentiate you as having a great product from someone else. But in most cases that I've seen, I don't like that. We look at LTV. We definitely look at lifetime value of our customers. We want to know who's paying the most over time. We want to know why they stay longer. We want to increase the months that they stay. But at the end of the day, on July 31st, I'm going to look at how many people paid me in monthly recurring revenue or quarterly recurring revenue, because that's what creates the stability and safety in my income. That's what the business is built on. That's what lets me make decisions. I don't know how many people are going to join a join fee. I don't know how many people are going to buy an annual, but I do know I've got 2,000 people paying me X dollars a month, and I can make decisions on that. And I know on average they stay 7 months, right? So that's where all the decisions get made in our company and our membership. And honestly, I've seen very few memberships where you shouldn't do it that way. All right, guys, great member call today. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited. Every time we do a member call, it really is the highlight of my week, the highlight of my month, to come hang out with you guys and to answer your questions and to help you move forward in your online business. If I didn't get to your question today, I'm so sorry. Please, if you've got any additional questions, any follow-up questions, while you're here, while you're logged on, don't log off. Get in the Flip Your Life community and go post in the general forum. And this community will rally around you, and my team will rally around you, and we will find you an answer to your question. Okay, but you've got to post it. We can't help you if you don't ask for help. Quick reminder again, please go leave us a review on iTunes and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you've not done that on Apple Podcasts. That really helps us move up in the rankings so that we can grow this community and find you more friends to help you with your online business. The replay will be available as soon as it's ready in the cloud. Carrie uploads that inside of the forum group. You can check out the replay for that. So we'll send an email out too. And you should get a notification via email from Zoom. We've got it in the cloud. You can watch it on demand as well. I want to remind everybody one more time, please go and apply to be in the $1 Million Membership Funnel Mastermind. My next session is launching within probably about a week. I can't remember exactly what the start date is, but we're going to be going through applications, and we're going to be offering people spots in that mastermind. There's only 10 spots available, and you will be able to join that, and I will teach you how to build a $1 million membership funnel. You will get live session of the $1 Million Mastermind. We do record those for you, and also you will be put into the $1 Million membership VIP Facebook group that is only for people who have done the $1 Million Mastermind session, and you will have lifetime access to that group. That'll let you watch replays of new sessions, talk memberships with high-level membership owners who are really killing it and crushing it. That will be opening very soon. It sold out very quickly back in February. I anticipate that it will sell out again, and we will not be doing it again until the end of the year. So you want to get in now if you want to build that funnel and get ready to go. You want to work with me one-on-one. I do answer questions in the $1 Million Membership Funnel. I teach it live. It is not pre-recorded. I will be hanging out with you in every single session of the thing. So check that out. Carrie just dropped a link in the chat box. I'll give you a few seconds to click that link and open it up. And and I'm going to go buy my son a bicycle helmet, and we're going to go ride bikes safely. I'm going to walk in with a mask, get my helmet, walk out, take my mask off, put my helmet on, and get on a bicycle. So hope you guys have a great day. Get out there, do whatever it takes. Flip your life. See you guys.